Hello, I'm Anna Franklin, your neighborhood realtor. Welcome to my October market report. Today I'll be talking about where the market currently is and where it's headed based on current data to hopefully answer some of your questions about buying or selling so that we can plan and make some moves. So let's go ahead and get nerdy. Experts agree we can confidently say that in the housing market we've experienced a V-shaped recovery. We can look to the housing market index. That's something created by the National Association of Realtors. And we see this dip down in April and this kind of V-shaped recovery to where we are today. This actually exceeds pre-pandemic levels, looking at demand, supply, price, and time on the market. So we can confidently say that we've already experienced a V-shaped recovery. There are some questions about the overall economy, but when we look at real estate, we can say that we started out this year strong. And as people were able to come out of quarantine, that momentum carried us throughout here. Now the question remains, will we see a lasting housing recovery? As you can see, we've settled into quite a nice market. If you look on the left here, showings are up across the country 60.7% on average as compared to January 1st. Purchase applications up 25% year over year. Pending deals up almost 22%. Existing home sales and new home sales are up as well. And these down here are the inventory, existing home inventory and new home inventory. Those are very low. So all these indicators are saying, hey, we're ahead of where we were this time last year. And the data really suggests we've worked through the pent-up demand and we're settling into a market that's moving along quite well. So many people are saying, okay, we have high unemployment, 7.9%. We have people on forbearance. I may just wait and see what the market is going to do. I may not do anything right now because I'm not sure what's going to happen in 2021. Are we going to see a housing crash? The data shows that this is not 2008 all over again, and I'll show you why. We want to look at a couple of things. We want to talk about equity and inventory. First, let's contrast with the housing crash of 2008. We want to start off with inventory. In 2008, we were in a buyer's market with an oversupply of homes on the market for the number of people who wanted to buy them. Back in 2008, we had anywhere between 10, 11, or 12 months worth of inventory on the market. And where do we sit today? We're at historically low inventory across the country. This graphic goes all the way back to 1999, and we're actually below that in the available inventory for the number of people who want to buy those homes. So we're in a very different market than what we saw back then. And when we saw supply back in 2008, that led to price depreciation. And today we're seeing a very much appreciating market because of the lack of supply of homes across the country. The second thing we want to look at is equity. John Burns Consulting tells us that 42.1% of the homes in this country are owned free and clear today. I wish that was me. And that 90% of the homes have at least 10% equity. So significant equity in homes across the country since 2008. Equity gives people an option to hopefully weather a financial storm relative to housing. If they needed to sell because they couldn't make their housing payment or some other financial issue like that, they could sell today, pay a commission, and put some money in their pocket to help their family. Where back in 2008, that was not the case at all. People were underwater where they owed more on their home than it was worth, and they just had to walk away. So the equity position of homeowners today is a very strong one and gives them options relative to going into some sort of distressed sale. Now, are homes going into foreclosure? Sure, yeah, they are. That happens in our business, but likely it's going to be a trickle versus a whole flood of foreclosures. But Anna, what about prices? I'm going to wait out the prices and see if they start to drop. Equity is a big contributing factor to the state of home ownership right now and going into the next year. And experts are not calling for price depreciation in the coming months. You can see here the majority of experts saying we are going to see an appreciation somewhere between 3 and 4% average. And I think it's safe to say the majority of experts are actually saying we're looking at appreciation coming in the next 12 months. So, what do we see relative to inventory? What do we see relative to demand? Demand is being driven by great interest rates right now. Still, we have an average 30-year fixed rate at or below 3%. So, we do expect prices to continue appreciating into the next year. This data tells us the best time to seek the opportunity to buy is right now, before the prices begin to creep upward. This concludes my monthly market report, and I thank you for getting nerdy with me. If you have any questions about taking the next step to buy or sell, please feel free to reach out. You can contact me by phone, DM, email. All of that will be linked. Have a great rest of your day.